Hello. Here's a question for you. How do you boost your mood or cultivate more positive emotions when the state of the world sucks, you are stressed in your job, or you're just not feeling that good? When you're working hard to make an impact in the world, it can take every ounce of your energy to move it forward. That's why it's so important to have full access to your own aliveness and energy on demand. I am Leanne Mallory. I decided to go live today to talk to you about a practice we're doing this week called the Joy Workouts. And I want to share a bit about both why we're doing it and what it is. Really, this is a moment in time in the world, I would say, that we are potentially facing a lot of challenge. This may not be true for everyone who's watching. I know many folks in my audience are gearing up for some big changes over the next couple of weeks that may or may not be easy to face. And of course, I'm in California. We've had the fires. There are things that are going on right now that are quite intense. And we had planned, as we always do in January for Guts and Grace, to do our Joy Workouts Challenge. And there were some moments where I was thinking to myself, I don't really know if this is the right time for this particular piece of work. Is it too late? Is it going to be triggering to people to see on our social media that we're posting about joy and there's all this heavy stuff going on in the world? And when I really sat with it and when I listened to the videos again and when I really reconnected myself with the work, what I realized is that it is the most important time to do this type of work that connects us back with our own resourced states, like positive emotions, like joy, like our own inner energy and resilience. The thing is, when it is hard, when the world is not going well, when we're stressed out, when things seem to suck, when we're depleted, when we need this kind of resource, in some ways, the last thing that we want to do is to practice feeling good, is to practice accessing our joy, is to practice lightness, for example. But when we're carrying something heavy or when we're trying to lead a team to do something hard, we get depleted. And this particular type of vibration, the vibration of positive emotions, the vibration of a different kind of mood, is what can resource us to be able to get through in the long haul. Most people know that positive emotions have the power to naturally boost their immune systems. Most people don't maybe think as much about how it may impact their leadership, but I think when we're feeling lighter, we can see that we're more effective. We're able to move more easily through the world, maybe influence people better to get people to want to follow us. The thing is, whether you have a love or hate relationship with your emotions, it is at least hard to deny that full-bodied experiences of joy or of aliveness may give you more energy. And this is why joy, this type of a practice, is really key right now. However, the thing is, getting there may not be so simple because of all of the things that we've already learned about how and what and why to feel or to not feel joy. So if you don't know me super well, again, I'm Leanne Mallory. I'm the founder of Guts and Grace. I would like to help you change that. And specifically, I'd like to help you change that at this unique moment in time in the world. Here's the thing. If your body is used to practicing something other than joy, then shifting state to joy or shifting state to expansion or to openness or to more aliveness can feel like and actually be a huge effort. This is doubly so if the evidence in the world points you away from it. If what's happening in your life, if what's happening on TV, if what's happening around you makes joy sort of feel not that relevant, and also it's hard for your body to do it, it's going to be extra hard. Another thing that can happen, which is really true of me, if you're a sensitive person, then just experiencing and being able to sustain a joyful moment, to be able to keep hang on to that in your body, can be challenging. I personally have had to do a lot of work. Why I teach this work is because I've had to do a lot of work on being able to access it, to sustain it, to not shrink away from it, to not push it away. The truth is, there are different flavors of joy for different people. And again, I'm using the word joy. It's not necessarily like happy per se. You might feel joy, and joy for you might feel like awe. It might feel like expansion. It might feel like this word aliveness that I keep using. It might not even feel totally happy, but it's something, right? It's something that elevates you. It's something that opens you. It's something that gives you versus drains your energy. So each of us has really a particular flavor of that is the right kind of key code for our own body mind system to want to open, to be able to stay afloat, to feel good, to feel resilience. And this key code, this joy vibration, this particular quality of joy, works like a spark plug. It's unique to you and it turns something on. So if I ask the question, like, how can I feel better? How can I feel more alive? It doesn't actually have a cookie cutter answer. And often we're kind of grasping for that. And maybe we find some version of that and we're like, I'm not sure this is actually for me. Never mind, let me move on and go back to what I was doing before. So this is why, just like great leadership, joy itself and aliveness in our bodies is a practice. However, many of us have years of practice turning away. Many of us have years of practice shutting down, of cutting ourselves off from that vibration. Many of us have also been trained or learned to bond and find connection in pain, in speaking about or in relating to our trauma, which isn't bad, but it actually does pull us away from our ability to access this relief, our ability to access this upliftment or this elevation that we might need to sustain us through to the end. So this is especially true, especially tricky, right? If we're working in movement spaces or we're working in leadership contexts where we're really trying to make a difference when things are hard. What happens, though, is that when we are leaders, our capacity to access joy and aliveness in our own bodies, our capacity to feel and to be a model of, a blueprint of expansion, becomes a certain kind of ceiling for our families, for our organizations, for our teams. It can be the cap on their ability to access aliveness, on their ability to feel or connect with a sense of expansion. It can be a cap even on their ability to access a full range of power. So when we can't get there ourselves as leaders, we automatically, unintentionally pull those we influence away from this threshold using our own unconscious embodied presence. And that's not so good. But it's like, it's useful to go, yeah, I actually have that much power. I actually have that much influence. Yes, people are imprinting off of me, modeling off of me. So it matters that I do some work here. It matters that I actually track this in my own nervous system. Again, especially when things are hard. So yes, you have that much influence, and it is changeable, this capacity you may have to access it with mindful intention and practice. I personally believe that great leadership is actually about raising this ceiling, not in a false way or a fake way, right? You don't have to become a charismatic cheerleader or someone who's out of touch with reality to be effective in this way. But if you can't tolerate and if you can't run the vibration of sensations like pride, of success, of celebration, of satisfaction, of awe, of love, or of peace, you will become the lowest common denominator and you will influence those around you. You will hold them back and you'll hold your organization back. That's why even if you are a busy gal or guy, it is 100% worth it to invest a bit of time learning this practice and learning how your own nervous system works in the context of these types of emotions. This is why I created the joy workouts, and that is why we were doing the joy workouts as a public challenge with an invitation during this particular moment in time. So what is the joy workouts? It's a 7-day self-study, body-centered mindfulness practice. It is designed to give you just the right amount of support in the shortest amount of time to help you become a master at cultivating your own joy, energy, and aliveness on purpose. And no, you won't be a master at the end of 7 days, but you will have the tools that you need. What's great about this challenge is it is self-study. It gets delivered over the course of a week by a number of email prompts. They're fairly short. None of them is actually that difficult, and you can repeat it again and again and again if you want to. So once you've accessed the joy workouts, you can use them again and again over time. And what it is aiming to do is really help you be a learner in the process of collaborating with your own nervous system to have these frequencies, these vibrations become more accessible more often and on purpose. Not just the idea of them, not the fake ones, not the lookalikes that you get when you're watching funny cat videos or drinking a lot of caffeine, but the visceral, full-bodied experience of it that is yours in a way that is 100% unique to you. So over the course of the challenge, you get to learn how to tap into the wisdom of your body, to understand its signals, to release maybe what things that need to get released, but mostly to just pivot yourself to be connecting with and to be running these vibrations when they're right for you to do so in a way that actually feeds you. And this will also help you let others feel the power and potency of your aliveness, which can give you some extra juice for people to want to follow you, but it can also give you some extra juice to uplift or to help build resilience on your team. And if you take the entire journey, you will likely get a few pieces of yourself back along the way, because most of us, when we were young, knew how to access these things. So there is something about bringing back perhaps an older version of me, or allowing myself to remember something that perhaps I've forgotten or just not spent as much time in lately, that is part of this journey. Once again, I am Leanne Mallory. I'm the founder of Guts and Grace. I'm a master somatic coach. I am a ninja strategist for disruptive women leaders and the creator of the original Joy Workouts 7-Day Challenge. And I believe that this type of skillful body listening practice is the doorway to our healing, to our empowerment, and also to great leadership. I've spent the last 2 decades of my career mastering these types of tools, and I'm looking forward to sharing them with you. This challenge, by the way, is free. You can just sign up for it. There will be a link below, and it's fairly low risk. You can even sign up now and decide to do it later. So I know you have a lot on your plate. There's probably a lot of things that you need to do, and it's like one more thing really right now at this moment. But I promise you that if you're willing to show up for it and do the little bit of work that it takes, doing these simple, although sometimes not easy practices, you will get something that will support you over the course of the next few months and years. So if you know that feeling more alive would make a difference in your work, I would love for you to join me in this practice. Click the links below, join the Joy Workouts Challenge. Let me know if you like it, how it's going, post about it if you would like, and share things with me and with our community. We are Guts and Grace, and we are really here to support during this time. So thanks for watching, and I look forward to connecting.